Have you ever wondered what your life could look like if you achieved all that you ever dreamt about? And then have you brushed all of those thoughts away for you to instill a, so to speak, realistic mindset instead? If that sounds like you, this is your video, man. Unfortunately, the majority of Earth thinks in this way. They dream when they're young, and then they, acquire quote unquote realistic mindset. They go down the, the schooling path, and then eventually get some busty ass 9 to 5 that, pays okay, but just enough to get by, and not anything crazy, not private jet money, not whatever, And again, I'm not saying you need a private jet to be happy in life, but you know what I'm trying to say, Everyone wants that one thing, and that one thing is to be free, right? And to be free, it's actually a little harder than you think. If you don't feel free, then you're already aware than most people. Like, most people are happy just listening to their parents, listening to authoritative voices, and, going down the path that everyone goes down. There's a two-pronged path, and it's kind of like that one meme. I'll put a picture up on screen. It's the ones with the lightning and the castle, and then the sunny side. They're both the same distance, and you have to work equally as hard, but one actually brings a fulfilling reward, and the other one just leads you to a deep hole, a depressive state, just like everyone else is, or at least most people are. I don't know, like, your guys' situation, but I've seen my parents super stressed about money, always worrying about money, and the reason is because they're always listening to other people, and they're always comparing, and they're always, maybe they don't tell me this, but I observe, and I notice these things. And the first thing is, comparison is the thief of joy. You should always compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And the second thing is, you need to be selfish, okay? The key to your dreams is selfishness. And this is demonized, Being selfish is evil or egotistical. But in reality, is the best thing that you could do for yourself and for others. Because selfish people always get what they want. Now, if you're a bad person and you're a selfish person, then you're going to expand on, negativity, and you're going to be egotistical, which is why it's demonized. But there's always two sides to the coin, and, good people who are selfish, which most good people aren't selfish, because they have been brainwashed into thinking to be a good person, you have to be selfless and, put others before you. But that is retarded, Like I said, there's two sides to a coin, and being selfish when you're a good person will only bring results. And that's what we need to unlock our dream. We may be dreaming about whatever. Perhaps we want to become an artist, musician, an entrepreneur, whatever it is, CEO, whatever it is. You gotta be selfish. All these people, that I mentioned, entrepreneur, CEO, blah blah blah, they were selfish. I'm sure as fuck that, some of them probably were lucky and they were born in good families, But that's not a relevant thought, and that is the default. That when we talk about dreams, for some reason, everyone's like, "Oh, they had good parents, they had money," but no, dude. What about all the other people? Like, there's way more people that succeeded without like all of these assets in their life that came from nothing. What about the people in Africa that are dead broke, even more broke than most people in first world countries, and they still made it? How is that? Like, if money is the only thing that makes you successful, then those people shouldn't technically be CEOs now, right? And yeah, this is just a little snippet to open up your perspective, because all it is perspective, and the world hates critical thinkers, right? Perhaps society hates critical thinkers. That's the number one enemy to the government. The government wants to brainwash you into becoming a worker, obedient servant, you know, listening to authority, following the news, all this bullshit, bro. Like, and if you're the kind of person that doesn't do this shit, and you've always wondered what it takes, then dude, you could do it. I can tell you, all the power is already within you. You just need to stop listening to other people. Listen to what your heart is telling you, and get ready to work hard, but not for anyone else but yourself. If you want to be, like I said, that one meme, one is sunny and one is lightning. The roads are equally as long, so you put in the work regardless, either way, but the result is different, and that's what we want. We want the sunny side. We want to be 30 years old and having the ability to retire, and maybe sending your parents on vacation, buying your parents whatever they need, you being able to travel the world at any time. Like, that is freedom. The other road is slavery. They said slavery stopped somewhere in the 1800s. No, bro, slavery has just been repackaged and polished up to look nice and pretty, and it's called the 9 to 5. So yeah, bro, this is like a wake-up call kind of thing. I'm just trying to instill good values. Just read books, work hard, like, invest in your skills, invest in yourself. If you're in a transitional period in your life right now, trust the process. Like, just stop listening. Like, I'm sure people are yelling at you from all angles, but bro, if you think about it, like, who the fuck do these people think they are? If they're not millionaires, or if they're not living your dream, why the fuck are you listening to these people? It's stupid. That's why I don't like school, because most teachers don't even have the job that they're trying to teach to you, which is so dumb. Like if you think about how criminal that is for a second, you start to like go down a deep rabbit hole of how fucked up our system is. I'm saying this worldwide. Like, dude, I don't know what the fuck it is. They just don't want you to think for yourself. And going down the journey of self-development, you're gonna find a lot of walls that, you're not sure how they ended up there, but they're there. The world placed them there for you. And these walls are called limiting beliefs. And you have to be patient with yourself. All right, that's the one thing I had to learn is, being patient, and unlearning a bunch of limiting beliefs that I had. And that gave me confidence, because I always knew that I had something within me, and I always saw that I am a capable person, but for some reason I wasn't in the place that I wanted to be. I wasn't in a good position in life, and that's because of limiting beliefs. And these things are put in your mind by your parents, your teachers, the world around you. They're always saying things like, get realistic, get a job. You know what I mean? But yeah, don't do any of those things unless they're necessary. I'm not against not getting a job. Like, some of the first few steps you gotta make is get a 9 to 5, save up some money, reinvest that money. So jobs aren't bad. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying perspective is everything, and you need to make sure that you have your own perspective that you crafted, and no one else had a say in that. That's the most important thing. All right, guys. That's pretty much everything I gotta say on this topic. If you had fun listening to this, or you got value off of this video, please leave a like, or subscribe, or whatever. Maybe leave a comment down below saying what parts you like the most, or if you have any suggestions. I'm trying to make videos I love making videos. I've always enjoyed YouTube. So we're going to see where this goes. All right, guys. Have a good one, man. Take care.